I've got a React Andy piece that I wanted to watch today because this came in my recommended, and the guy in it looks like Tommy in it. I had this video come up today, and it is what a 15-year-old mass killer looks like, and he looks like Tommy in it in the thumbnail. So I wanted to give this video a watch. Obviously JCS, I think JCS fell off. Yeah, they fell off. So they quit, I think, because they were basically being like demonetized like out the ass. So now we've got these like, you know, JCS inspired channels like Explore With Us, and they're basically milking on the fact that JCS fell off. What? Oh my, look at this. This follow us here. That's like, hang on. This looks like a subscribe green screen. Yeah. No. Okay. I'm just saying, if any of you use this, you should be shot in a video game. This one, you've got my full blessing. You're allowed to use that one. That one's based.
We discovered his dad on the couch. His face was really pale.
You were a stone cold killer. 4 people have been murdered tonight. They're dead. What happened?
What happened, buddy? What happened? You killed them? Kill streak? What happened?
I'm looking in the eyes of a stone cold killer. There's no remorse.
When Nick Browning and 3 of his friends arrived.
Oh my God. How quick was that disclaimer? Jesus. That was like a minute. That was 1 second. That was a 1 second disclaimer. Guys, can you read all this for me? All right, cheers.
At first glance, the house appeared to have been burglarized. But when they discovered Nick's entire family murdered, no one could have ever expected the chilling and twisted truth behind their deaths. The 4 15-year-olds were Ryan Fingles, Taylor Tewksbury, Alexander Smith, and Nicholas Nick Browning.
I hate to say it, this kid looks like Tommy in it. He really does. I genuinely thought from the thumbnail that was Tommy in it. I was actually going to title this stream Tommy in it interrogation, but then I was shit scared of all the Tommy in it stands just descending into the chat.
Immediately, the boys noticed that a door to the Brownings' house had been left unlocked, and it looked as though there may have been a robbery. When they entered the home, the boys found Nick's father, John Browning, a well-respected attorney, shot to death where he had been asleep on the sofa. They soon discovered that Nick's mother, Tamara, and his 2 younger brothers, 13-year-old Gregory and 11-year-old Benjamin, had all been shot as they were sleeping in their bedrooms.
Did the editor use a gunshot sound when he marked the father as dead? You did not use a gunshot sound.
A well-respected attorney shot to death where...
Yeah, they literally used a shot. They literally used a shot. Okay. In the editor room, they went, okay, so the father died in real life. This is really sad. Terry, how can we, like, you know, portray that he died in like a humble way that still respects his death? Let me just put this in, bro. I got it. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm just gonna put that in. I'm gonna have that in and just let it play 7 times while every single member of the family gets marked dead. Oh, you can definitely tell this is 2008 with that fit. Oh my God. So chat, I'm not stupid, right? This kid here with what he's wearing, it reminded me of this. That's not that. Okay, you see it too as well, right? It says memes on the front of it.
The interrogator enters the room and introduces himself to Ryan Fingles as Dave instead of officer or detective.
Yeah, it's so weird how cops always do this though, right? Because like cops in an interrogation room are incredibly manipulative, but it's almost like because they're trying to catch a murderer, it's justified, if that makes sense. Because cops in interrogation rooms, they are slimy. They try to be your friend, and then they do the whole good cop, bad cop routine. They move their chair closer to you to intimidate you. The interrogation room has no windows. It's very confined, and the lighting is aggressive just to kind of like make you want to give up sooner, right? Like it is literal, like it's soft torture, but they are trying to catch a bad guy. It's like a lesser evil kind of thing, right? I guess. Buzzword Billy. No. Shut up, man. I'm trying to be educated for once.
What's your last name? Fingles, F-I-N-G-L-E-S.
Fingles? What kind of name is that?
The detective is gathering basic background information from Ryan and is getting...
I'm actually happy they put that. I'm happy they put that arrow there because I couldn't tell he was writing on paper.
In comparison, Taylor seems very nervous, which is to be expected.
The red arrows are so unneeded. It's like he has his hands together. It's like Taylor is very nervous and they just have like an arrow just pointing at his head on the 4K sweat droplet just going down.
When being interrogated.
I need you to be 100% honest with me.
Right.
I want you to tell me what's been going on and explain who you with all day.
I was with Ryan, Alex, and Nick. We were at Ryan's house.
I'm sorry, but Fingles is the worst surname I've heard in my entire life. Fingles is absolutely horrendous surname. Fingles is like the name of a Dr. Disrespect Fortnite stream sniper. Like XX_Fingles XX. I really don't be mean to this kid, but he's definitely the one that throws slurs in a COD lobby.
I remember we're watching Robin Big at first, and then we're looking through the movies. Oh, Accepted. We're watching Accepted.
Is that Jonah Hill? You can see, hang on, let me move the camera. You just see Jonah Hill on the bottom right. He actually looks like a Wojak there. Oh my God.
The detective begins the interview with Alexander Smith by
Oh,
being
not the
very
meme.
upfront
The meme cap.
and lets him know he isn't in trouble.
I'm just gonna call him Fingles. Is that his name, Fingles?
What's your last
It's
name?
Fingles.
Smith. Oh, that's right. I just talked to Dad. Any other nickname other than Alex? Nah. Street name or anything like that?
Street name.
Again, he gets basic information from him and builds some rapport with Alex by asking about things that are non-threatening.
He gets asked things that are non-threatening. Okay, you killed the kid, right? Just admit it, you killed the whole family. I don't know, maybe.
Meanwhile, Nick Browning eventually puts his head down and appears to fall asleep.
I really hope it wasn't Tommy in it. I really hope it wasn't Tommy in it that did the murders.
I'm sorry it takes so long.
The detective enters and immediately apologizes to Nick for the long wait. He does this to come across as friendly and to start building rapport. He also wants...
It's so stupid. He does a very simple, basic human act to build rapport. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Let me hold that door open for you. Anyway, do you kill that kid?
No offense to you. Everybody that comes in here, I gotta read their rights too. So I gotta read your rights.
The detective is trying to put Nick at ease by saying that he has to read the Miranda rights to everyone. By making this seem like a very ordinary thing, he's less likely to start off being defensive.
So what they usually tend to do is, here from what I've seen, they get them to sign away their Miranda rights, which is like, you know, when someone's guilty and in an interrogation room, they just keep saying over and over, no comment, no comment, no comment. They don't want to double cross their own lie, right? They don't want to like build a story and then like make a point that contradicts their story. So that's usually the first thing they get them to do is sign that right away to be silent.
Can we talk a little bit? Can you sign that here for me?
You do it? Did you do it? You kill him?
I'll get over it, trust me.
Hello, Pyro. There are no memes on this donation.
Oh, no.
I'm simply here to say how much I love and appreciate your videos. I know how long they must take, so you should be proud. Love you.
I'm amazed that there was no roast there. Thank you, GLaDOS. Thank you. I appreciate that. The chat is spamming right now. He didn't call Saul.
I had a good job until my boss accused me of stealing.
Oh, it's so good, man.
I better call Saul. I was out partying, minding my own business.
You are under arrest.
I'd better call Saul.
I like how the guy says he's minding his own business, and it's like you're drunk driving.
Notice how close the detective sits to Nick versus how he was seated with the other boys. He's intentionally invading his personal space to make him focus on him.
Leave Tommy in it
It's
alone.
more difficult to lie to someone who's inches from your face, looking direct.
I'm actually amazed the guy narrating this doesn't start explaining like the dynamics of the chair, what materials it's made out of. Like it's a Herman Miller or something.
So, tell me what's happened the last day and a half. What was going on and last night? I guess you can start tomorrow. Yesterday afternoon.
Came up from school, 2:45, then thought about going to the basketball game, but then ended up...
At Delaney or?
Delaney basketball game. Thought about going there.
Okay.
Then we decided to skip that for a bunch of reasons. Then we went to Ryan Fingal's house.
The police officer begins a very basic line of questioning, allowing him to describe the events of the past 2 days on his own. Getting Nick to tell his own version of what happened will help the police attempt to poke holes in his story.
Played some Xbox a little bit.
I don't know. I know the address.
He looks like the Red Letter Media guy, right? You know who I'm on about. Hang on. You could. He does look a bit like him, though, right? A little bit. Okay, he does. He looks a lot like him, actually. I think he looks a lot like him. That's a really good comparison, actually.
While one detective is handling Nick's questioning, another is simultaneously questioning Ryan.
Thank you,
We pick up where
Hull,
they're
for joining.
discussing the boys' activities the previous night, when they all stayed over at Ryan's house, and start to discuss where exactly Nick was during that night.
You guys spent the entire evening together yesterday?
Yes.
Did you actually leave the house at all last night?
We'll just walk around the neighborhood.
Okay. How far do you live from where he lives?
Half a mile.
Half a mile. Did you guys go over there?
No.
Did he?
His
Yes.
name is Mike, you uncultured swine.
The Red Letter Media guy is called Mike. Ah, it's Mike. Yeah, my bad. Thank you for the 20, man.
I'm sorry, what was his name?
Nick Browning. Nick said that when he got there, the lights were still on.
Okay.
And so he just went in the car and he said he fell asleep.
It seems Nick planned to sneak home to get the car before driving back to take the boys for a ride, but this never happened. Although it isn't known for sure, it can be assumed that Nick would have to sneak home to get the car due to his age. At only 15 years old, he would be unable to get his driver's license. Nick's story that he fell asleep in the car doesn't sound very feasible. If he went home to get his car, which he wasn't allowed to do, adrenaline would have likely kept him up. It's also suspicious that the lights in the house allegedly were on that late at night. If there'd been an intruder, they likely wouldn't have turned lights on on.
I hate this so much, man. I'm hearing about the lights being on at night and an intruder. I'm just thinking of Mandela Catalog. That's all I'm thinking of right now. I'm not even like thinking about this murder trial like at all.
What bed did you go to?
I went into his brother's room, and then
Joe Biden.
Was Joe there?
Joe, no, he was not there.
Joe Mama. Just a really elaborate Joe Mama joke brewing here.
Joe's room?
Yeah, and then the parents had friends over, and they weren't going to sleep there. Then they did.
The detective can tell Taylor is hesitant about speaking, so he reminds him that he needs to tell the truth.
I don't
Taylor,
know.
I'm going to tell you now.
Yes.
This is a murder case.
Yes.
You're 15 years old.
Yes.
You cannot lie to me.
All right.
Because you will go to jail for the rest of your life.
Taylor, you cannot lie on the internet. You think you could lie in an interrogation room, Taylor? If you could not even lie on the internet?
That he'll go to jail for the rest of his life is rather aggressive, as Taylor is only 15 and it's also not actually true.
Yeah, you see, in the interrogation room, they just straight up lie to you. They lie to you and they can just get away with it.
The detective needs him to be truthful, but he oversteps a little here. Police are allowed to lie to suspects, but this seemed unnecessary at this point, given Taylor's age.
Nick was not in there?
No.
Do you know that he left?
What?
Do you know that he left?
I mean, yeah, I guess because I didn't see him there. I didn't know he was leaving. To tell the truth, I really don't know the exact times.
What is Shum? What is Shum? It's some singer. It's some singer that looks like Trinity from The Matrix.
Taylor is displaying some behaviors that indicate he's feeling anxious, such as holding his hands in front of his torso.
I mean, yes, he's been told he could go to jail for the rest of his life as a child. Yes. You don't need to do the whole third-degree body language analysis. Anyone that would be told they could be going to jail for the rest of their life would be shitting themselves.
However, given his young age and the fact that his friend's family was just found murdered, it would be understandable that he's feeling anxious.
Someone in chat just said L child.
Although some dismiss body language analysis as pseudoscience, it's used by the FBI and CIA during interrogations. When the CIA is interrogating an individual, they look for clusters of 3 or more indicators that occur in either quick succession or all at once. These indicators can be signs of discomfort or uncertainty in what the individual is stating, rather than indicators of deception.
Oh my God. Guys, the CIA was actually onto something. So you're telling me if you take away someone's rights, you stick them in a 1 by 1 meter box with a guy that has his chair right up your asshole and then starts telling you that you could go to jail for the rest of your life? That causes discomfort? Oh my God. Man, the CIA were right. I don't even care about MK Ultra and they were putting like LSD in the water, man. God, they were onto something there. God damn.
If you haven't figured out by now, something really serious has happened to the Browning family. You're 15 years old. I need you to be 100% honest. The other boys have been honest with me. You can't take up and lie. Okay?
Yes.
If you lie to me, Alex, I'm going to get really upset and then I'm going to walk out the room. I'm assuming it's the Tommy Innit kid that's the murderer because he was the one in the thumbnail.
Do you actually edit your own videos on pyroLIVE, or do you only edit on the main channel? Love you, Pyro.
I got 2 editors. I got one that edits on the pyroLIVE channel and then I've got one that edits on the main channel. But I do edit as well, obviously. But I do have 2 editors at the minute. I don't think I need any more than that. I know some people that have like 8 or 9 editors, which is just insane. There's no way, like feasibly, that I could run daily uploading on the second channel and these video essays on main, like on my own without an editor. It'd be completely impossible.
Today, we're counting down the top 10 times I wrongfully confessed to mass murder.
Alex begins to give his account of the previous night, which seems to be consistent with Taylor's account.
Well, we slept there, and in the morning, Nick skipping over.
Everyone in chat is saying this is Tubbo. No, he's got to be found innocent. He's got to go make another music video on Brighton Beach. He can't be found guilty. He's got to start another Minecraft server. Come on, guys.
Want to know what else is funny? That statistically, out of the thousands of us that are watching you, perhaps 2 to 6 of us has committed game ending. LOL, 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 LOL. Isn't that just weird and odd?
You need to be locked up and looked at, I think, young man.
Back in Taylor's interrogation room, it seems he's wrestling with himself. It's as if he has something he wants to get off his chest. The detective is expressing just how crucial it is that he does.
I mean, yes, he wants to get off the life sentence that the detective is fake threatening him with.
Are you sure you've been 100% honest? Is there something you should be telling me? Is there something you think?
Actually,
thank you.
He did. He told me that he was going to go out, but he didn't tell me where he really was going.
Okay.
He said,
Hey, I appreciate this. I mean, this is...
he said he was going to go out. I mean, I don't know. I was kind of... He said he was going to go out.
What do you tell you about that?
As he talks, Taylor picks up the water bottle. Picking up the water bottle suddenly has to have some meaning because this happened precisely when he was telling the detective about Nick having gone out. Ryan does the same thing when he seemed uncomfortable. Based on behavioral observations, Taylor and Ryan appear to know something or have strong suspicions that Nick was up to no good when he left the house.
So if I go to pick water while I'm talking to someone, that means I know something. Is there like a difference if it's sparkling water or like still water?
Notice that the detective leans in very close to him when he starts stuttering and hesitating. The detective is mirroring the boy's body language, which is a nonverbal rapport building technique used to make them feel more comfortable and friendly with the detective.
The detective gets up and he just starts smacking the kid. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
People do. The detective seems to be using this technique quite intentionally throughout the interrogations in an attempt to make the group feel more at ease. Point out any mirroring behavior you catch throughout the interrogations with timestamps in the comments.
Fuck is this? Is this Dora the Explorer? Am I meant to like do your job for you?
He just told me he's going. He's going might take the car.
Thank you, Abelard, for joining.
He went
Did you say we were going to
Someone joined and they're called Cat. Thank you, Cat.
go with the car?
No. He did
Base
not.
Cat.
He said he's going to, and next thing I knew it, I mean, woke up, and he said fell asleep or whatever.
Okay.
So he said fell asleep in his car, and he came. Then he walked back, I guess, or biked. I don't know which one he did.
Okay.
And then
Tommy and it is cracked up, so it was probably him.
Tommy and it did it because he's cracked. Yeah, probably.
It's clear that he knew it was a bad idea and to appear to the officer like he's a good kid.
Okay. And the keys were, or my parents were, the lights were on in the house.
Notice how Nick taps the table while talking in an attempt to emphasize his points. However, these taps appear mistimed rather than aligned with his statement.
No, he tapped the table at the wrong time. That means he did it. He killed them all. He killed the whole family, guys.
And
Typically, these sort of illustrators will line up with a person's statements when they're being truthful, but Nick's are all off. And at times, he isn't even hitting the table.
Oh my God, he isn't hitting the table. That means he killed all of them. Okay. When I become a policeman in my next life, I'll take this information with me.
According to the body language panel, these are known as misplaced or mistimed illustrators and can be a cue of deception.
And so I didn't want to take the car out, so because the lights were on, I was sort of worried.
So did you ever get inside to get the keys at all, or?
No, I was on that car, but never inside the house.
Okay.
His casual demeanor is somewhat unusual given he's just found his entire family murdered.
Wait, it was his family. It was his family that got... Okay, he did it. Okay, he did it. He did it. I thought this was one of the, like, the random... I thought the whole family got murdered, but he was the sole survivor. Okay, he did it. He did it. The fact that he's so nonchalant, he did it. He did it. Do we need to watch the rest of it? We don't. He did it. He did it.
However, it's possible that he's currently experiencing feelings of denial and hasn't fully let the truth sink in.
No, he did it.
Which could somewhat explain why he appears to be acting normally.
No, he definitely did it.
Nick speaks in a much more mature manner compared to his three friends who definitely sound more like kids.
Honestly, guys, biggest plot twist, I think the interrogator did it. And then he's trying to throw the blame on these kids.
Alex now gives his account of the sleeping situation at Ryan's house, which is a bit different than what the other boys had to say. Watch his story begin to evolve as he fills in some of the missing pieces of the puzzle.
So you and Nick slept in the living room?
Yes.
You're 100% sure? You need to be perfectly honest with me. That Nick was in there with you?
Yes.
The whole night?
Yes.
I can't not see this kid as Tubbo after chat said it, man. Like, goddamn.
Okay. I'm having two people tell me.
Pyro, I have been watching your
This is
videos
a
for
murder
years.
investigation. 4 people have been murdered tonight. You don't want to start lying to
Thank
me
you,
right now.
GLaDOS.
I will drag you down with this if you start lying with me.
This guy is threatening these kids so bad, man. It's like, you know what? I know you killed them. I'm going to kill you back if you don't tell me where you hid the bodies. I'm going to kill you so bad, you're going to wish you were dead.
Immediately changes his story and appears to now tell the truth. The boys may have decided together to lie about Nick leaving the house prior to being brought into the station to protect their friend. Saying that he left the house would obviously make him look guilty.
Is it just me, or the kid is getting closer to the interrogator?
Because he said that his mom was going to pick him up at like 9 to like clean the house. 9 in the morning, and she never did, I guess. And he was calling. I don't know. I guess he just assumed they're out somewhere. And then we got him. And in the course of this, I've been calling my parents all day, and they hadn't picked up. So
From the cell phone?
So originally from Ryan's house phone, and then my phone a bunch of times.
There is a very specific reason why the officer asks about Nick placing calls to his parents and brothers, to compare his statements regarding his calls with phone records. If the police get these records and they're inconsistent with his story, they can do 2 things. One
One
convince
nil
the jury
sub
that he's not
script.
telling the truth.
Do it,
And 2,
LMAO.
Nick to confess because his story doesn't
1 mil subs on here? Maybe.
make sense.
Any idea what happened?
The detective wants Ryan to explain exactly what occurred earlier that afternoon, leading up to the horrendous discovery of Nick's slain family.
That mirroring behavior is so bizarre, man. That's like some doppelganger shit. That is so weird just seeing that. Like how the interrogator is purposely trying to mimic him.
Just to Nick's house because we were going to be there tonight because they were all at my house last night.
Okay.
And when we got there, Nick was already worried because Nick's parents always like call him and stuff and check in, and they haven't since he hasn't talked to him since like
the water bottle.
yesterday.
That means he's hiding something.
He's holding his hands in front of his body as he describes what happened, which could be a self-soothing position. This is likely the first time he's been in a police interview room, so it's understandable that he may be feeling anxious.
Why is it fun?
Someone in chat said that this is cam footage of a Gmod admin trying to ban someone. Yeah, no, guys, this entire YouTube video is basically just a Gmod admin explaining how it was RDM, that he went into the store and he just bought cigarettes.
I figured it would be loud, but it wasn't. So I walked in and I saw my father on.
I could just imagine it. I can just hear it in my head now. All the little zoomers just screaming, RDM, random deathmatch.
On the couch, and that's sort of okay.
What did you say about that? I know stuff, but what did you say?
I saw he was on the couch and there was blood coming down his face.
It's notable that Nick doesn't seem the least bit upset or emotional while discussing finding his entire family.
I was gonna say, you see your dad murdered. Like, unless you completely hated your parent, like, yeah, you'd show some kind of, like, you know, sadness, right? But the guy's like, you know, he's just like, he's talking about his dad, by the way, and he's like, yeah, my dad got quick-scoped. It's kind of cringe, but, yeah, there was blood on his face, I guess. Yeah.
This would have been an extremely traumatic event for him, so it's surprising that he doesn't appear to show any signs of trauma. He hasn't cried, expressed shock, or even been at a loss for words. He does lower his voice and mumble a little, but this change in volume and speech may be out of fear and not wanting to discuss the crime. It's possible that he's keeping his emotions inside or putting on a brave face. We don't know his typical behavior, so keeping his emotions inside may be normal for him.
Narrator's voice is genuinely annoying.
Nah, it's not too bad. Imagine if it's Logan Paul, bro. Imagine if it's Logan Paul.
And then this thing happened and it was crazy, and I went into a forest in Japan and that was crazy.
Guys, we did it. We killed our whole family. Poggers.
He did get a care package though. I can't be hating that.
So he opened the door and he saw the Xbox and his.
Who's he? I'm sorry.
Nick.
Okay.
He saw the Xbox and the Wii like on top of each other on the pool table.
The Xbox being left behind makes a robbery much less likely, as that's something a burglar would likely take, especially if it was sitting out so
What's that logic? It's like some rubber breaks into their house, right? It's like, has he got a PS2? He's got an Xbox? Oh, fuck that Xbox. Xbox got no games. What was that got? Halo 2? Fuck that shit. Leave that there.
So I ran outside and got Mr. Smith.
Okay.
And he came in and he's like yelling. He's like, John, you okay? I gave Mr. Pat the home phone, and he called 911. So then we all went outside when Mr. Pat was on the phone.
When you went outside, where'd you go?
We stood behind Mr. Pat's truck.
Did you guys go to the back of the house at all?
Yes. We all ran around back.
What'd you see back there?
We were going to see if there's any signs down there. So he opened the door and he saw the Xbox and his.
Who's he? I'm sorry.
Nick.
Okay.
He saw the Xbox and the Wii like on top of each other on the pool table.
You imagine if Nick killed his whole family just because like his dad wouldn't buy him Halo 2 on Xbox? That's the entire reason that this entire like debacle actually happened.
His account is about to further incriminate his friend Nick.
As far as you know,
no,
did Nick
stop
ever,
snitching on Nick, man.
Did he tell you get driven around at all last night?
Nah, he said he didn't at all.
Okay.
But then today at the mall, he said he couldn't get the keys, and he pulls the car keys out of his jacket. He said they were just in there. He didn't even know.
Nick had alleged that he never got the keys or entered the house, which is now contradicted by Alex.
Is everybody else in your family? Grandpa?
It's not looking good for Tommy in it, guys.
Grandpa?
The entire chat is just spamming he didn't call Saul. He killed his whole family, and you guys are still doing the Saul Goodman bit. I mean, to be fair, I did just make an intervention joke.
This could indicate that he's emotionally disconnected.
When he said emotionally disconnected, the first thing I thought of was this.
As you guys can see, look, he killed me with a stun. A stun, he can't use a stun. Yeah, guys, look. Yeah, look, guys, look.
He disconnected. He used the stun.
Yeah, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Hey, disconnected.
Nick
Look,
is likely
guys,
feeling more comfortable now.
He disconnected.
The detective has been friendly
Here's
and
the
joking
stand.
with him. There's been no suggestion or hint that he may be a suspect.
My brain is just buzzword heaven, man. It's like anytime there's like a genuine word, I just think of some meme shit. My brain is deep fried.
The detective comes back and acts very friendly, asking questions unrelated to the crime to rebuild rapport with Nick.
How are you going to build rapport at this point? You're basically saying that he's done it. It's like, okay, Nick, we know that you killed your family, but you're kind of baby. You want another coffee? You want another coffee, bro?
How's your golf team?
Good. We won counties and then lost regionals, but yeah, good team.
Detective's rubbing his face like, oh my god, how could this kid be this fucking stupid? It's like, you're on the chopping block for murdering your family, and then it's like, how's the golf? Oh, the golf's really good. Yeah, no, it's fine. So Nick hasn't gave any kind of like alibi, right? Or any kind of reason to why he wasn't targeted. Like, Nick is doing the equivalent of just idling in a TF2 server now, just hoping something happens.
The detective returns to confront Taylor with one of his lies to further impart on him the fact that he needs to be totally truthful.
Do you remember at one point Nick calling his little brother?
Yeah, he called his brother.
What did he tell him? What did he ask him?
His brother didn't pick up.
How about before that? Did he get a hold of his brother and say leave the back door open?
Yes, he did.
All right, that's the stuff, man. You can't keep doing that to me. You gotta be 100% true with me.
You know it gets serious when the payday gloves are on.
Yeah, I have no idea why he's got the gloves on. There's still been no context given as to why he has the gloves on and why he needs them.
Pyro, when are we getting Pets Cop? We have been waiting forever, and it saddens me that you haven't done this yet. Also, you should retire. You're becoming old.
Okay, bro, your mum squirted you out like 7 minutes ago and she put you on an iPad. Like, that doesn't mean you get to talk shit about me being old. Shut up.
You went upstairs, then you guys went outside apparently.
Right, we went outside.
Where did you go?
Went out to the back, and then that door was unlocked.
It was unlocked?
It was unlocked, the basement sliding door.
I will say, though, obviously, we all know this at this point, how all the kids are so nervous. Like this kid, right? They're all kind of like hunched over on the table. They look very kind of nervous and anxious. Then you got Tommy in it, and he's almost leaning back like he's comfortable. And the detective's doing that as well. The detective's comfortable because it's his space, right? Like he's got no reason to feel intimidated. His physical demeanor, even though I think body language is kind of full of shit, mostly, his physical demeanor is almost showing how he's quite calm about all of it. Like he's climatized himself, right? That's obviously a bit of a red flag.
When did you see your parents last, or talk to your parents? When did you see your parents last, I should ask?
They dropped me off at Orange Angel's house.
So, just so I know, Greg was in the car with your parents when he dropped you off?
I was in the car, Ben stayed at the house.
Okay.
Chat's just spamming he got caught trolling. Like, he killed his family, but it's a bit of trolling. It's a little bit of trolling.
I dropped over at Ryan's.
What's this about? It's about a kid that trolled too hard on a Gmod Dark RP server. What I don't understand with this whole story as well is, you know how they're interrogating the boys, right? Why are they not using DNA? Does DNA take a long time? Because surely if Nick, like, you know, collateraled his parents and his family, they'd have DNA, right? DNA can take quite a while as to be sent. Yeah. I assumed it wouldn't be instantaneous. Because after he wallbanged his parents, like, he's not giving an accurate timeline compared to the boys, right?
Nick was likely smart and a good student if he had AP classes. Drinking is a behavior that doesn't typically align with the profile of a good student, but oftentimes high-achieving students can put excess pressure on themselves to perform and thus seek out ways to cope with the emotional stress that results from that excess pressure. Sometimes these types of students have parents who set excessively high expectations for their academic achievement.
When I went to school, there were so many like kids in my year that told me like my parent wants me to be like a dentist or a doctor or something, and how they just be completely disowned from the family. Like overbearing parents. I don't know what it's like for the rest of you guys, but in the UK, I think there's a lot of like overbearing parents. I think there's a huge culture around that. Because I get it to an extent. It's like your parents want you to do well and for you to succeed. I totally understand that. You've got to basically cripple your kid. You got to emotionally cripple your kid.
Alex, Ryan, and Taylor are all allowed to leave the police station and go home, while Nick remains alone to continue answering questions. Get ready, because this is where the case really goes off the rails.
Oh, we in it now, boys. This is going to be some unhinged gaming right now.
Friends, by the way. Do they go home or home parents come? We have to have the parents come get them. Okay, so you're it. Yep. All right, let me check.
From Nick's perspective, he likely doesn't think that the police would provide a meal to a murder suspect, and this puts him further at ease. However, this is actually a common tactic when interrogating someone. People are more likely to open up
putting
when
your
they're at ease.
legs up, bro. He took the shoes off, bro. He took the shoe. You guys fucking stanky fit. Oh my god. Okay, he did it. Chat is calling him a Chad for not caring. He killed his... Okay, so chat is now sympathizing with a murderer. Okay.
Anything else?
You guys are actually that down bad right now.
The officer re-enters the room and introduces his partner, another police officer.
One thing that I know from watching these videos, when they bring in a second detective, they're just going to go so hard on you, bro. They just know it's him right now. They know it's him. 100 P.
Stuff's just not adding up for me right now with you, okay?
This is the first time that the officer has become accusatory towards Nick, and his intricately woven story is just about to fall to pieces.
Yep, this is it.
Tell me why your dad was...
You done fumbled it, boy.
All your friends are saying that your father was uncharacteristically livid with you yesterday.
The detective may be lying to him about his friend saying his dad was mad at him yesterday, as that was not mentioned in any of the 3 interrogations. The detective likely wants Nick to believe that his friends turned on him, so that he will feel he has no choice but to admit
They always
the
do
truth.
this. They always do this for group interviews.
What the parents around, but anyway,
What now?
Yes, when he dropped me off Finkel's house, he went to the door and made sure the parents were home.
Okay. But everybody's saying that he was ticked off. What was he mad about?
He wasn't mad.
Is there a reason they would say that?
What?
Is there a reason that they would say something like that?
He's not.
Release my boy. He didn't do nothing wrong. His boy just like round 100 zombies just gunning down everyone.
He's never been nice though, I don't think.
That's not. They said it was uncharacteristic for him. That usually when he does see them, he's always pleasant. That's why this particular moment stood out to them.
Well, I mean, they didn't see him.
Free my boy. He didn't do nothing wrong.
So I'm not sure. They didn't see him except for Ryan.
Okay. So you're saying he wasn't upset?
Yeah. And even if he was, they wouldn't have seen him.
But Nick, things aren't ending up here. I don't understand some things that happened here tonight. I think you had something to do with what happened tonight.
If he were innocent, you might expect him to immediately and strongly deny killing his family, but he's silent.
Kind of
His mind
cringe,
is likely
bro.
Racing, as he may have thought he got away with it since the detective was so personable, and the interview was very non-threatening in the beginning.
I think that you killed...
It's his fault for killing his family and then not watching a single interrogation video on YouTube. This is on him, bro. This is on him.
Your family.
This is L.
And the thing is, the more you lie, the deeper it gets.
The implication is that if he were to come clean, he could receive lesser punishment, and that if he lies, his punishment will be worse. Nick has already waived his right to remain silent and hasn't since invoked that right.
There's got to be a reason why you did this.
Oh, he didn't waive his right. Okay, so he didn't waive it yet. Okay.
Say we need to know why.
He wouldn't know that. He's a kid though. He wouldn't know that.
A motive may help a grieving family receive closure. Proving a motive isn't actually legally required to prove murder. You just have to prove that the suspect killed a person and had the intent to kill that person. While it's true that judges can't use a criminal's honesty in determining an appropriate punishment, punishment for first-degree murder can only be so lenient.
Your family, we need to know what happened here. Look at this. There are happier times.
The other detective holds up what is assumed to be a family picture.
They always do this, yeah. You think the kid who ate a whole, like, fillet of fish burger from McDonald's and fries and then takes his shoes off and puts his stinky feet up on the other officer's chair, you think he's gonna care anything about, like, any kind of remorse or emotion?
I broke into the house last night.
You went into that house. You called and had your brother leave the door open.
The officers recall that Nick called Greg and had him leave the door open. Because the first officer allowed him to tell his own version of events earlier, he now has something to convince him that lying is of no use.
There's no other explanation.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, it's over. It's over. It's actually over.
You really do still have a life ahead of you. But the more you lie, the deeper it gets.
I like how this interrogator is saying you've got your whole life ahead of you. It's like, no. If you admit it, you got no life ahead of you, buddy.
I mean, do you want people to look at you as a cold-blooded killer? Or somebody that just made a mistake?
The second officer utilizes a classic technique of the Reed method of interrogation, asking Nick if he is a cold-blooded killer. With this technique, an officer suggests 2 alternative reasons why the suspect committed the crime, with one of the responses being somewhat more socially acceptable. Even if he admits to the more socially acceptable option, he's
still admitting, yeah. He's still confessing, yeah.
Nobody else did.
Cops are fucking dirty, man. They are so dirty. Goddamn. But again, like I said earlier, I've been saying this whole stream, it's like a lesser evil against a greater evil, right?
Reading this chat is like watching escaped mental patients relate to a murderer. But it's all okay because it's all ironically.
I don't think it's ironic though, bro. I think that's I don't think they're being ironic here at all. That's the worst thing.
Why did you call your father Adolf Hitler?
That's it. They don't want to know about the murder, bro. They don't want to know about the murder. It's like, why'd you call your dad Hitler? That's kind of cringe. Hitler killed people, bro.
As we speak, we're developing more and more evidence that you did this. There's no other explanation for what we're finding other than that you did it.
What evidence is it that I did it?
You'll see.
Oh my god. This guy's doing like Sixth Sense shit with him right now.
He lied to us. He lied to us about you contacting your brother. He lied to us about the keys.
I never lied about contacting my brother. I told you that.
Yep, this is it, boys.
He only told me after I pointed it out to you.
The major league fumbling is happening right now.
It was you. You left your friends. What happened?
You've got no friends.
Explain to us why this would have happened.
There's no reason for me to kill. I thought they provide me with everything I want.
But they were strict.
I like this American cope here, right? It's like, my family was strict. They sent me to bed at 7 p.m. instead of 8. So I blew them all away with a 12-gauge shotgun with slug rounds.
We wouldn't be sitting here talking to you like we are if we didn't think you did it. I know your friends didn't do it. I know nobody broke into that house last night.
I didn't need the back doors open.
Still, it's breaking in. Your parents were supposed to come get you at 9 o'clock this morning. You don't bother going home to check on them all day. You knew you were supposed to go home and clean the house. Instead, you go to the mall. Listen, if somebody breaks into a house, okay, they're not going to go in the bedroom and throw keys under the mattress.
No, I'm not saying that. The pistol was out.
You put the keys there.
Where was the gun?
Where was the gun there?
That's another issue. There's a gun out there. Someone else could get hurt by this gun, and it's going to fall on you. There's got to be a reason why you did this.
There's no reason. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Also, is it just me? This kid sounds like Paul Dano in Prisoners. He sounds like Paul Dano in Prisoners. I'm not going to play all of it because I don't want to get into like copyright trouble.
How can you be so sure?
I'm positive. I'm 100.
He sounds like Paul Dano. Listen.
I recognize these girls.
I didn't see them. They gotta sit down.
What do you do in the RV? Answer my question.
Sleep there.
Why was the RV parked outside the house?
Went for a drive.
He sounds exactly the same.
Everything about it, the way you act, you're acting as if you're a guilty man.
I mean, do you really want me to believe that someone broke into your house, found the keys to the gun locker, which you said you didn't know where they were, opened the gun locker?
They didn't. I know they didn't.
Let me finish.
Sorry.
Let me finish.
Nick carefully tries to refute the detective's claim that he had the keys
Let me
to the
finish,
gun
you little
safe
murderer.
under his
Let me
mattress.
finish.
He's not challenging the detectives in any way, and he even says, "I'm sorry," when he barely interrupted one of the detectives. Again, his mature demeanor is gone.
He's putting his dirty socks on the chair.
And methodically went
It's
through
gone.
the house and killed
It's
everybody
gone.
in the house. Then walked into your bedroom and stuck the keys under your mattress.
There's multiple sets of keys.
The keys are under your mattress. Do you want me to believe
There's one
that
set of
someone walked
keys.
into that house, kills your entire family, and then just happens to put the keys under your
The gun
mattress?
was out. I didn't need the keys.
Okay, I'm telling you.
But it wouldn't make any sense for me to even touch the keys.
Do you want me to believe that?
But that's not even. The keys aren't. For this to happen or whatever, it wasn't even necessary.
Okay, but the keys are under your mattress.
I do want to say for this murder investigation, this CCTV camera capturing the whole room, they could not be doing my man here more dirty. They are trying to film some kind of bold spot that he doesn't even have right now. This is the most dirty CCTV camera I've seen in my life. The subtitles here actually try to protect his hairline right now. So shout out to the subtitles.
The only question is why.
Why'd you do it,
That's the only
Nick?
question
Why'd
I
you
have.
why'd you no-scope your family, Nick?
Love their wives, husbands. Sometimes people snap.
Just as a sad cough, it's like, I don't care.
The detectives return about 10 minutes later.
They ate a donut and then they came back.
Why are you telling us this big story about going the keys when the keys are in the pocket of your jacket? The car keys.
Yes.
You had them the whole time.
I realize that no more.
Again, an untruth. Why did you do this?
An untruth. That's
You
like
keep saying
that's
that.
the nicest way to say lie I think I've heard in my life.
Who would do it? What kind of person would do this?
People are going to be searching for a reason why this happened. Look at your family.
I love them.
I don't understand why the cop would be trying to use, you know, remorse against this kid. Because it's like, you know, look at this family. Look, you've killed them. You've killed them. And it's like, he's killed his fucking kid brothers, right? It's like, he's not going to have any remorse about this. Why are you now trying to guilt trip him? Like, if during this interview he cracks and he goes, oh my God, I can't believe I killed them, Marianne, I'll be amazed.
You're 15 years old. You will spend the rest of your life in jail.
It's so genius though, right? How it's like they act like they want to help the kid, but it literally is like, if he admits it, he's fucked. Like he's going to jail for the rest of his life because he'll probably be tried as an adult.
No, it gives us something to tell your neighbors, your family.
But I didn't do it.
Because everybody's looking for a reason.
For a complete scumbag murderer, he's committing to the Paul Dano bit really well right now. I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
You were totally unemotional about this. You walk into a house, your whole family's murdered, and you're just, I didn't do it. Why would I do it? I think you're trying to convince yourself. You're doing a terrible job of convincing me.
You've already made your mind. I couldn't.
You did this. There's no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. Afraid it is. Look, you know what? You're under arrest.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Fourth count is first-degree murder.
I genuinely think the only reason that they're arresting him is because that means that they get to keep him being held in a cell longer, right? They can legally hold him longer.
Nick, I'm just trying to help you out. I'm trying to figure out what happened here. I mean, this is a horrible tragedy.
You were literally saying to him like 30 minutes ago, you did it. You killed all of them. Why'd you do it? Why'd you kill all of them? Oh, this is such a tragedy. I can't believe they all got spawn killed. This is like Tommy Innit in an interrogation room defending Dream's cheating.
You can live it out as a cold-blooded killer who just killed 4 members of family, first-degree murder, or maybe there was a reason, whatever it might be. There may be a reason.
Like, what? Okay, the cop's coping right now. It's like, okay, so you killed them, you're a cold-blooded killer, or you killed them and you had a reason to. That's still first degree, you fucking idiot. This is terrible.
You're playing on your mind right now.
Thank you, Kanye.
How am I going to beat this jury? I've got the jury beat. Not in Baltimore County, you don't.
Not the Baltimore County jury. I watched The Wire.
If I gave a reason, I'd still be sitting in that same detention center.
I don't know. Is there a mental issue? Is there something going on here?
So then I commit myself to a mental hospital for the rest of my life.
I can't fathom why this happened, but I'm sure there's a reason. But nobody broke into the house. Nobody came in.
Someone did, obviously.
Why do you think that?
They're dead.
His response is very telling. His entire family was killed, yet he's trying to convince the detective that it was a burglary. A true victim would simply try to assist and be cooperative to help find the killer.
Yeah.
They were dead. Why wouldn't you take all that stuff? Apparently they had time to set it all up.
Well, I'm not dead.
This is where we're getting at. That's not a burglary. That's a staged event.
When the detective reveals he knows the house was staged as if a burglary occurred,
oh,
Nick
he
is
did
silent
do.
and appears stunned.
He did do the burglary
He looks
strap.
unsure of what to say next.
Shit. All right, this guy's done. Abandon ship, boys. Abandon ship.
It was all staged. That's all we know. Every one of us has seen a real burglary.
How do you know something was staged? How do you know stuff was missing or not? I don't even know if stuff was missing or not.
How about the jewelry? There's tons of jewelry in your mom's thing.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know what she has personally. But, you know, she has definitely valuable stuff. I don't know if that's missing.
How about the cash on your mom's dresser?
So he staged a burglary, but he didn't even remove any of the possessions. Bit of a fucking idiot. Just a little bit of a fucking idiot.
I don't believe you. I'm looking in the eyes of a stone cold killer. There's no remorse. Only people that can lay here and sleep are the guilty.
There's no lesser punishment you're offering me because I'm still going to jail regardless. But if I take it to court, and what if I win?
That's a heck of a gamble, isn't it? But the rest of your life is a heck of a gamble.
But as opposed to what?
But he's right. I hate to admit it. This kid's smart as fuck. He's totally right. It's worth the gamble in court. 100%. His best case now would be to shut his mouth, go to court, and then ride it out. And if he loses, he's fucked. If he wins, that's amazing. He's won the lottery. Because admitting to this cop right now, he's fucking himself. I hate to admit it, but this kid is, for a piece of shit that's murdered his family, he's spot on. He's completely spot on.
You're a good kid.
I'm reaching this. I'm trying to get there.
He's smiling and states he's trying to get there, meaning he's getting ready to confess. It's disturbing that he's smiling while he's considering confessing, and this shows a complete lack of remorse, empathy, or conscience.
Actual insane
Nick may have psychopathy or some other serious personality disorder to display such inappropriate emotions.
Because you're a father?
Yeah, he was the straw. Yeah.
Was it physical?
No. It's more sort of like
he's admitting. He's admitting.
I'm in Boy Scouts, right? Orlando.
Yeah, this is it. He's admitting it now. He's admitting it.
So there's this, I'm almost Eagle, I'm almost done. You're just getting life, right? Life Scout.
Well, no, you are getting life. The cop says to him, you're getting life. It's like, after this admission, bro, you getting life.
You're just getting life, right?
You're getting life. You getting a life sentence after this, buddy. I feel what they're going to get out of him here is a partial confession. I mean, he might even be lying right now. This might just be like, you know, Amber Turd crocodile tears right now.
And then I went back to get the car. I saw him sitting on the couch. The TV was on. I knew the gun was out on the workshop bench.
Mm-hmm.
Nick covers his face almost the entire time he retells what he did, as though he's trying to hide from what he's revealing.
Yeah.
I walked up. I sat there for a half hour.
He was sleeping.
Yeah, standing over him.
Okay. He hasn't admitted it yet. He still has a way out. He hasn't admitted it yet.
And then I went between putting the gun up to his head and pulling it back down and up.
Okay. That's still not admitting you killed him. That's just bizarre. Saul Goodman still can represent you in court.
Do you have a pillow up too? Or?
That's the gun.
Okay. Saul Goodman can still represent you?
I'm not sure if I meant to pull the trigger or if it
Oh,
just...
for fuck's sake! That was the worst admission of guilt I've heard in my entire life. That was literally just, I put the gun out and my finger slipped into the gun drawer. My finger slipped into the key to unlock the gun from the gun drawer. My finger slipped and grabbed the gun, and then I accidentally pulled the trigger. This is the guy that was eating like a burger an hour and a half ago. I do not understand like this. Jesus Christ.
Once that happened, I freaked out, but and I thought, it'd all come down, but I don't even know if they woke up or whatever, but so I sat on the couch and they were up, and I just...
In many ways, it's a greater indication of a total lack of empathy and poor moral conscience when a person has an opportunity to reconsider their actions, but they go through with the murder anyway. Even if Nick was out of it, as he said, or overcome with emotions in the moment, he still had moments in those 30 minutes where he must have realized the significance of his actions.
It's self-preservation entirely.
I couldn't just walk away from that, and then I shot my mom.
He wasn't even having like a manic episode or anything as well. What I reckon this is going to end, he's going to get first degree for his dad and then second degree for his family.
Hello again, Pyro.
Not $100.
I see you are studying to murder.
Yep.
You are basically the British version of these insane people. Except for murder, you play video games, which is arguably worse.
Looks like this guy did not know that he had rights.
Why do you guys always roast me with GLaDOS and then do a follow-up with Critical's voice?
Why the brothers, man? No one was there to say anything that my story would go because I was the only one.
Yeah, he admitted it. He admitted it. That's it.
Nick's revelation that he killed his brother solely for self-serving purposes shows how truly cold-blooded he is and how he is solely concerned about himself.
It's a done deal.
He may have been angry with his father or frustrated with the rules or boundaries his parents set, so he thought if he eliminated them, his problems would go away. He may have believed that his life would be better on his own, but he likely didn't think about the long-term consequences of his actions. He could have been afraid that if his brothers were alive, they might point fingers at him or recall fights Nick had with his dad, which would give away his guilt. So he felt he had to kill everyone.
Imagine, like, being that cold and calculated. You kill your family just so your story looks more believable.
Do you remember where you shot your dad? I wasn't in there. On his body.
And the head.
The head?
Yep.
How about your mom?
The head.
Your brothers too, then?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. He admitted it. That's it.
What do you want us to tell your grandfather?
I don't even know what I would say.
We have to take care of some of that stuff.
Tell me in it, found guilty, boys.
I'm going to be out for a couple minutes. Bathroom, water.
Jesus.
The detective has continued to treat Nick kindly and with respect, despite the fact that he admitted to killing his entire family.
I mean,
now
the
that
guy
Nick has changed into a jump.
The guy's probably going to get a promotion.
Poggers, PogChamp for the murderer.
PogChamp for the murderer. I think you sell it in for the 69, sorry, sex number.
Suit. It's likely that it's real.
You almost feel sorry for him, right? The kid? But it's like he murdered his fucking family. But obviously, because you're not seeing that happen right now, yeah.
Really sinking in what's about to happen. After the interview...
Because he seems so innocent, but it's like, no, you've gunned down like innocent people.
Ended with Nick's confession. He was charged with 4 counts of first degree.
Wow, okay. So not even... Wow, okay. That's really surprising. I thought that was going to be 1 count of first and 3 counts of second. That's... Damn, that's really surprising.
Murder. What may come as a surprise to you is that soon after his trial began, Nick's family members, including his grandparents...
I like how it just goes back to like putting his feet on the stanky feet on the couch.
Parents, aunts, and uncles all began writing letters to the court asking for him to be given leniency. His maternal grandfather even backed up Nick's allegations that he was mentally and physically abused for most of his life.
Oh my God. So Nick's father's father, his grandfather, he killed his son and he's still writing to the court to like defend him. That's insane.
Which means that he will become eligible for parole in 2031 after serving 23 years. However, Nick's chances...
How old would he be when he gets out? Like in his 40s or something, right?
...of receiving parole may be slim, because in Maryland, parole for a life sentence must be approved by the governor. And that hasn't happened since 1994.
So that's him now. He looks so normal as well, Jesus. Why is he allowed to pose like that? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining. I've really enjoyed this stream. Went on a while. Thank you all so much for joining, and I will see you guys later.
The sky's falling, the wind is calling, stand for something or die in the morning. Section 80, high power.